So good morning everyone. This is Professor Das and today after long time I am recording any video. Actually I was little bit disturbed and busy in something and I would not like to share that particular thing, that whatever problem I was having, but right now I'm little bit good and today I will continue to record more and more videos to practice my spoken English and also to teach you all these wonderful chapters and stories. I love to teach, and this is what I'm going to continue for the rest of my life to teach. So, today we are going to read chapter 4 of class 8 NCERT book, which is also known as Honeydew. Okay, and this chapter's name is Bepin Choudhury's Lapse of Memory. So, this is about Bepin Choudhury. By the name only we can understand this person is a Bengali, because Choudhury is one of the most popular title for Bengali people, and Bepin is also very popular name in Bengali. So let's see what happens. Even there was a person in my house who used to live as a helper, and his name was also Bipin, and I used to call him Bipin Dada. So I remember about him. So let's see what is about this chapter. And uh, first let me select my pen. This was my pen, I think. Yes, and this was my shade. Now is it working? Yes, it's working. So let's start. I have my dictionary with myself, so I don't have any problem. Lapse of memory. So first thing we need to understand that what is the meaning of lapse of memory. Okay, lapse of memory means loss of memory, you can say, or it's about Bipin Chaudhury's memory. Let's see. Before you read, let's read this. Do you have a good memory? So here writer is asking about our memory, that do we have a good memory or not. Has your memory ever played any tricks on you? Okay, this is the question which has been asked by the writer, that does our memory play any tricks with us, means do we have any problem with our memory. Forgetfulness means bhul jana in Hindi, often puts you in a tight spot means in a problematic situation, but forgetting a part of your life completely, man, drives you crazy. Of course, if you forget something, that's a problematic thing, no doubt. But what if you forget about a part of your life, then what could happen with you? This story about is that only. In this story, Bipin Babu goes nearly crazy because he cannot recollect his stay at Rachi. So here is an another connection with me. It's about Rachi, and Rachi is very close to my house. I will not tell you where do I live, but where I do live. But Rachi is very close from my house, so it's this chapter is actually very is going to very close to my heart. He has never been to Rachi, he insists, though there are many witnesses to contrary. What is the suspense all about? So, according to Bipinda, he has never been to Rachi, but there were many witnesses who who are the what should I say, Gawah, okay, witnesses, that they have seen Bipinda in Rachi. So this story is about this particular incident, and we are going to read this. Okay, let's read this chapter. I'm using this app after a long time, so I am having little bit of problem, but I will become used to it in few minutes only. Every Monday on his back from work, Bipin Chaudhuri would drop in at Kali Charan's in New Market to buy books. So every Monday on his way back from work, so Bipin Da used to uh, go to bookshop in a New Market. Bookshop of whom? Kali Charan's bookshop to buy some books, crime stories, ghost stories, and thrillers. Means these was these were his favorite genre of books which he used to like to read. He had to buy at least five at a time to last him through the week. So we can understand that he was a nerd. Okay, he used to like too much to read books. Okay, he was a reader. Means his hobby was actually to read books. Okay, many of us actually write this thing, and we see that we my hobby is to read books. And when interviewer asks that what books have you read till now, so at that time we don't have any answer. But this man actually is a particularly a reader, and he likes to read books. Okay, so that's why he used to buy at least five books at a time, so that sorry, actually this was a sorry for this. He lived alone, was not a good mixture, had few friends, and didn't like spending time in idle chat. So he used to live alone, was not a good mixer means he didn't like to mix with people. Okay, he was not very friendly, had few friends and didn't like spending time in idle chat. Means he didn't like to talk with anyone for very long time. Means he was a kind of introvert, but sometimes if he get chance, he used to talk with people. Okay, today at Kalicharan's, Bipin Babu had feeling that someone was observing him and from close quarters. So means it was Monday, and Bipin Babu was standing in that shop again, Kalicharan's bookshop, and he had that feeling that someone was observing, staring him from the quarters which was close to him. Okay, he turned round and found himself looking at a round faced, meek looking man who now broke into a smile. So when he turned round, that who was staring him, to see that he saw a person. Okay, he was actually staring him, a meek looking man. Now what is this meek? Let me see what is the meaning of meek. Okay, meek means komal, nirihi, means polite, normal, innocent man. Okay, means a normal innocent man, not a very harmful man. And when Bipin saw him, and they had a eye contact, he started smiling. I supposed you recognize me. I don't suppose you recognize me. So that man asked him that have you recognized me? Have we met before? Asked Bipin Babu. So Bipin Babu asked him that have we met before? The man looked greatly surprised. We met every day for a whole week, and I arranged a car to take you to the Hudru Falls. Okay, so that man and Bipin Da actually have met for whole week, but still Bipin Da uh, couldn't recognize him. Okay, and it was actually sad for me. It would have been very sad because look man, I'm little bit friendly guy. Okay, I like to make friends. I of course I don't talk too much, but I like to make friends. I like to know more about people, that from where they have came, from where they belong, from where everything. And that man was little bit surprised. He told him that we have met for whole week, and he also arranged a car for him to take him to the Hudru Falls. I don't know about Hudru Falls, it must be somewhere in Rachi or somewhere, I don't know. Look, I have got a word here which I forgot, so let me mark that, or otherwise I will forget. Okay, this is that's the problem. That's the real issue with me. Ugh, why it's not working? Why it's not working? Now it's working. So we are in our next page. Give me 1 second. Again, I am little bit so now. Okay. So again, we are in 1958 in Ranchi. Sorry, my mother started that mixer. Okay, I asked her to stop that right now for upcoming 20 to 30 minutes because I'm recording right now. So let's continue. In 1958, in 1958 in Ranchi, my name is Parimal Ghosh. So he told his name that in Ranchi, I my name is his name was Parimal Ghosh. So in Ranchi, so Bipin Babu was little bit surprised that in Ranchi, but I have never been to Ranchi. Now Bipin Babu realized that it was not he but this man who was making a mistake. Bipin Babu had never been to Ranchi. Then Bipin Babu told him that, look, I think you are making some mistake because I have never been to Ranchi. Okay, I'm not that person whom you are thinking that I'm that person. Okay, so you are mistaking. He had been at the point of going several times but never made it. He smiled and said, "Do you know who I am?" The man raised his eyebrows, bit his tongue, and said, "Do I know you? Who doesn't know Bipin Choudhury?" So Bipin Da asked him that, "Do you know who I am?" Okay, you are saying that I have, you know me, you have met several times with me in Ranchi. Okay, but I have never been to Ranchi. So if you know me, tell me my name, who I am, who am I? Then uh, that person, Parimal Ghosh, he raised his voice and say, "Come on, don't you even know?" Sorry, don't you even know. Why I'm saying don't you even know? 1 second. Sorry, my mother again started that mixie, and actually, she was doing that for me only. She was making my shake, which I drink. So let's continue. So again, now Bipin Babu realized that it was sorry, where were we? Hmm. Then that man raised his eyebrows. Okay, means he was surprised, bite his tongue, and this is a very common activity or characteristic in Bengalis. Okay, and said, "Do I know you?" Who doesn't know Bipin Chaudhuri? Means it was something like this in Hindi. क्या मैं तुम्हें जानता हूँ? बिपिन चौधरी को कौन नहीं जानता है? So this was the reaction of Parimal Ghosh. Now Bipin Babu now turned towards the bookshelf and said, "Still you are making a mistake. One often does. I have never been to Ranchi." Again, Bipin Babu was stick to his words that he has never been to Ranchi. Okay, according to him, Parimal Da was making mistake. The man now laughed aloud. "What are you saying, Mr. Chaudhuri? You had a fall in Hudru and cut your right knee. I bought you iodine. I had I had fixed up a car for you to go Netherhard the next day, but you couldn't because of the pain in the knee. Can't you recall anything?" So, Bipin Chaudhuri had a accident in Hudru, okay, Hudru Falls, and also had a wound in his right knee, because of which he couldn't go to Nitrat. Nitrat is actually, I think, a school or something like that. I don't know. I have heard about its name, but I don't know what is it that. So I bought you iodine. Iodine is a medicine. Okay, I had fixed up a car and means just he was talking about this car thing above, and so he asked him that. So many things happened in past. Don't you remember anything? Someone else you know was also in Ranchi at that time, Mr. Dinesh Mukherjee. Mukherjee's spelling is wrong. Mukherjee is KH, not KE. You stayed in a bungalow. You said you didn't like the hotel food and would prefer to have your meals cooked by Bawarchi. So he was talking about everything, whatever he knew about Bipinda. Mr. Mukherjee stayed with his sister. You had a big argument about the moon landing. Remember? So he also had a big argument about moon landing. So he was trying to uh, tell him all the stories whatever he had at that time. I will tell you more. You always carried a bag with your books, it on your sightseeing trips. Am I right or not? Bipin Babu spoke quietly, his eyes still on the books. Which month in 58 are you talking about? The man said October. So in October, he went to Rachi, and this story was about 1958. Now, this is really getting interesting for me. No, sir, said Bipin Babu. I spent puja in 58 with a friend in Kanpur. You are making a mistake. Good day. So, Bipin, Bipin Babu said that no, sir, I was actually in puja. Puja here, it should be Durga Puja because for Bengalis, Durga Puja is above all. Okay, there is nothing above after Durga Puja. Okay, before above Durga Puja. For Bengalis, Durga Puja is everything. They wait whole year for Durga Puja. Okay, I know that. I know that very properly. So in 58, with a friend in Kanpur, you are making a mistake. Good day. But the man didn't go, nor did he stop talking. Very strange. One evening, I had tea with you in a veranda of your bungalow. You spoke about your family. You said you had no children and that you had lost your wife and 10 years ago. Your only brother had died insane, which is why you didn't want to visit the mental hospital in Ranchi. So this particular para is about the history or about the past of Bipinda. Okay, and it's actually very sad that his he had no children. Okay, his wife died 10 years ago. Before that particular time, his only brother died insane, means he got mad, and he was in Ranchi. Ranchi's mental hospital. That's why he didn't want to visit there. When Bipin Babu had paid for the books and was leaving the shop, the man was still looking at him in a utter disbelief. Still, Bipin Babu uh, couldn't believe, or he was not just giving any attention to that particular man because he didn't have any trace of any memory about his Ranchi visit. Okay, he didn't knew anything. So this is actually very sad, bro. This is actually very sad, and uh, how can I can't connect this particular thing with me right now, but the this is sad that someone close to you now now don't even recognize you just because he had a issue, and it's very sad. Let's see what happens next. Bipin Babu's car was safely parked in Bartram Street by the Lighthouse Cinema. He told the driver as he got into the car, just drive by Ganga, will you, Shitaram? Driving up the Strand Road, Bipin Babu regretted having paid so much attention to the intruder. He had never been to Ranchi, no question about it. It was inconceivable that he forget such an incident. Inconceivable means impossible, you can say, which took place only 6 or 7 years ago. He had an excellent memory, unless Bipin Babu's head reeled. So Bipin Babu was car was parked in Bartram Street by the Lighthouse Cinema. So his car, he parked his car uh, close to this cinema, Bartram Street. It should be here only in Kolkata, I think. He told the driver, he had a driver also, okay, and he asked him to drive by the Ganga, means with the with the road which goes beside Ganga. His driver's name was Sitaram. Driving a strand by, Bipin Babu regretted having paid so much attention. So he was regretting that he gave so much attention to that person, intruder, okay, and he had never been to Ranchi, no question about it, and he was shocked on his memory only that no man, it's impossible that I have been to Ranchi and I don't know about it. I don't even have a single memory about it. How can this possible? Of course it's impossible. Let's see what happens next. This story is actually getting very crazy for me. Was he losing mind? But you could that be? He was working daily in his office. It was a big firm and he was doing a responsible job. He wasn't aware of anything ever going seriously wrong. Only today he spoke for half an hour an important meeting, and yet the man knew a great deal about him. How? So now, but suddenly this came into his mind that okay, maybe he was wrong. Maybe he was mistaking. But the thing was, he knew many things about him. And how's that even possible? How can a person know so many things about another person without knowing him personally? That's a big question. So, for a moment of time, he had this thought in his mind that was he losing his mind? Means, was he having any problem uh, in his mental problem? Okay, but he was thinking that man, I work in a he was working in a big firm, big office, okay, big company, okay. He had a very big meeting, important meeting on that day only. So if something was going wrong with his brain, he should know about it. He should have been get to know about that particular thing, but he didn't knew anything, okay. So he was little bit confused at that time, and he had that particular uh, means what should I say, he had that, what should I say, sankha, or means he got that idea, or he got that I'm not getting that word actually, it's a very common word, but I've forgotten. Leave. And yet the man knew a great deal about him. How? He even seemed to know some intimate details. Of course, that person knew very personal details. Intimate means personal. The bag of books, wife's death, brother's insanity. The only mistake was about him having gone to Rachi. Of course, the only mistake or a wrong thing which he was speaking was he went that Bipinda went to Rachi, okay, but expect that everything whatever he told that person was actually truth, not a mistake, a deliberate lie. In 1958 during pujas he was in Kanpur at his friend Haridas Bakchi's place. So according to the memory of Bipinda, he was actually in Durga Puja, he was in actually in Kanpur in Durga Puja with his friend, with his one of his friend whose name was Bakchi. All Bigi, all Bipin Babu had to do was write to no. There was no way writing to Haridas. Bipin Babu suddenly remembered that Haridas had left his with wife for Japan some weeks ago and didn't have his address. But where was the need for proof? He himself was fully aware that he hadn't been to Ranchi, and what was that? So he was having this thought in mind that, okay, right now I have to prove that I was not in Ranchi, okay, in 1958's Durga Puja in October. But then he realized, then he had this thought in his mind that why would I find any proof for that? I myself is a very big proof. I remember I was not in um, any where was he, Rachi. So why would I find any proof for that? There is nothing wrong in it. The river breeze was bracing, and yet slight discomfort lingered in Bipin Bapu's mind. Again, the river breeze was bracing. Now, what is the meaning of this bracing word? I need to see it. I don't know. ताजगी देने वाला means it was fresh. That breeze means that air of river which was coming from the river, from the river's direction to him, was actually fresh. And again he had a discomfort lingered, means he had a feeling of something problematic with his mind. Around Hastings, Bipin Babu decided to roll up his trousers and take a look at his right knee. There was the mark of an old inch long cut. It was impossible to tell when the injury had occurred. So now uh, he decided to see whether he had any kind of injury in his right knee or not. And surprisingly, it was there. And it was very surprising for Bipinda because he didn't knew that from where he had got that injury, and that's why he was little bit stressed, tensed. Okay. Actually, I have a problem of cough right now, so that's why I can't talk properly. You can see I will make this video only for 30 to 35 minutes, okay? Not that, not very long, and after that I will stop and we'll continue this video after tomorrow again. Right now, this video will be only for 30 to 35 minutes. Had he never had a fall as a boy, cut his knee. He tried to recall such an incident but couldn't. So he was trying to remember any kind of incident which happened with him when he was a child, but he couldn't remember anything. Then Bipin Babu suddenly thought of Dinesh Mukherjee. The man had said that Dinesh was in Ranchi at the time. The best thing surely would be to ask him. He lived quite near in Beninandan Street. What about going right now? But then, if he had really never been to Ranchi, what would Dinesh think if Bipin Babu asked for a confirmation? He wouldn't probably conclude Bipin Babu was going nuts. No, it would be ridiculous to ask him. So he again had a plan that okay, I should ask Bipin with according to that person I was with him, okay, Dinesh, in Ranchi. So I should ask him. He just he stays very close to me. So, but again he had a thought in his mind that if he ask him about this thing, that whether he was in Ranchi or not in 1958, then Dinesh would think that this person has gone mad. Okay, so that's why he again dropped this plan, and he knew how ruthless Dinesh's sarcasm could be. Okay, so Dinesh was actually very sarcastic person, and he didn't want to talk about this thing with him. Otherwise, Dinesh could declare him that he has gone mad. Sipping a cold drink in his air-conditioned living room, Bipin Babu felt at ease again. Such a nuisance. Just because they have nothing else to do, they go about getting into people's hair. So he was enjoying his cold drink while sitting in his living room, and was thinking, yeah, what a person was he. He was just trying to disturb me without any reason. uh, just wanted to get into my personal problems or personal details. So after dinner, snuggling in bed with one of the new thrillers, Bipin Babu forgot all about the man in New Market. Next day in the office, Bipin Babu noticed that with every passing hours, the previous day's headquarters was occupying more and more of his mind. If the man knew so much about Bipin Babu, how could he make a mistake about Rachi tea? Of course, again, he was thinking about that incident, that if that person knows everything so correctly about Bipinda, then how could he make a mistake while talking about Rachi trip? Okay. Just before lunch, Bipin Babu decided to ring up Dinesh Mukherjee. Then he made up his mind that okay, I need to talk with Dinesh. It was better to settle the question over the phone, at least the embarrassment on his face wouldn't show. So he wanted to talk with Dinesh on phone because he just didn't want to had a face to face with Dinesh, or otherwise the embarrassment which he would have in on his face after that conversation, he just didn't want to show it to Dinesh. That's why he thought to talk with him on phone only. 23561, Bipin Babu detailed the number. Hello. So why I'm saying hello with that tone? Is that Dinesh? This is Bipin here. Well, what's the news? I just wanted to find out if you recalled an incident which took place in 1958. Oh, okay. So Dinesh was already ready with his 1958 incident. Okay, now this is getting very interesting, bro. Very interesting. Let's see what was he talking about. 1958, what incident? Were you in Calcutta right now? Though that year, that's the first thing I have got to know. Wait, just a minute. 1958, just let me check my diary. For a minute, there was a silence. Bipin Babu could feel that his heartbeat had gone up. He was sweating a little. Hello, yes, I've got it. I've been out twice. Where? Once in a February nearby to Krishna Nagar to nephew's wedding, and then, but you would know about this one, the trip to Rachi. You were there too. They're all, but all's that sleuthing about. Oh, okay, no. This 1958 incident was not told by, this statement was not told by Dinesh. This was told by him only, Bipin Da. Bipin asked him that I want to ask about 1958 incident. Where were we? Where was you at that time? On that year? So he told him that okay, wait, I need to check it on my diary, because on in those days people used to write diary because they didn't have phone, or didn't have that blogging thing. Okay, at that time they used to write diary, and he checked it and he told about the Rachi thing. Okay, that we were in Rachi once in February nearby to Krishnanagar to nephew's wedding, and then, but you would know the this other one, the trip to Rachi. You were there too, all, but all, what's all this sleuthing about? Now there is a new word, sleuthing. I need to see this word. What is the meaning of sleuthing? Jasusi means jasusi karna, you can say. Means why are you doing this jasusi about that 1958? No, I just wanted to. He stopped there and thanks. Bipin Babu slammed the receiver down and gripped his eyes and hands. He felt his head swimming. Now he was very much confused. He was thinking that when was I, when were I in Rachi, and even I don't know it. A chill seemed to spread over his body. Okay, of course. He was very much surprised, and a chilling reaction was in his body. There were sandwiches in his tiffin box, but he didn't eat. He had lost his appetite. Of course, when you are in so much confusion and also in disturbance, that what what is wrong with me? Okay, this kind of feeling. This actually feels very disturbing, man. Very disturbing. I can understand. Leave. Now video has reached to 35 minutes, and still this chapter is very long, so it will take me another video to complete this, I think. Okay, no, I think more than another video. I will try my best to complete this chapter tomorrow or day after tomorrow, because I think it will take two more videos. Okay, leave. So thank you. Actually enjoyed very much while reading this particular chapter till now. Let's see what will happen further in this chapter. And really, man, I enjoy to read. I enjoy to read more and more books. That's my love. Okay, I can also become Bipinda in future. I don't know. Just joking. So thank you. And tomorrow I will read this video, read this chapter again, and make that video and upload this video. Okay, thank you.